Hello, chat. How is everybody doing? Nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. And sorry I'm a little late, guys. I was on the phone with a girlfriend. There was some shit that went down, and I had to talk to her for a bit. Everything's good. Nothing to worry about, but just like basically I needed to stay on the phone with her a little bit longer today. Oh no, the voice is back? Yes. I exist inside of your skull. You don't need FGO music. Chat doesn't like that. I'm joking. I know you guys love FGO music. It's just desynced on stream. Okay. I did get the go live tweet out. Chat, do me the favor, go give it some love. We're going to get live here real fast, as apparently I have fucked up another run. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Hope you guys have had a good week. We are trying here desperately to... Ooh, will that kill? Will it blend? I really hope my first kill does not happen here on stream. I don't think it will, but... How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Insane? But, yeah. Been farming a ton today. Oh, good. She's still alive. If she wasn't, you wouldn't have the defense down. Oh, that's close. Anyways. Wait, did I did start the YouTube stream, right? Okay, yeah, hello. How's it going, DJ? I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, hold on. So close, Sag. Yep. The chat, I am level 183, but I'm almost done with 183 already. I have a metric shit ton of mats. I've been doing a lot of grinding today. Here's my lurk tax. Thanks, Spartan. Appreciate it. Yeah, some people's asks are scuffed, and I really gotta complain about that. But again, I hope everyone had a good day. Hope everyone had a good week. We are getting a little bit of late start, like I said, just because I was talking to the girlfriend for a little bit longer there. There was a little bit of drama that transpired, nothing that like you guys need to be concerned about, and it's not even like between me and her. It's drama that happened in her life. Is Alice Kwonji in P2 good for this? You can definitely pull it off. It's just basically, so what you guys see me doing is I'm doing a like hyper efficient farm where I do not have to do very many button presses. I'm not plug suiting. It's a one turn clear. Sorry, chat. I also have an ice cream drumstick that I never got to eat because I was on the phone with her. Harsh, thank you for the sub, my dude. Appreciate it. Thank you to 46. Hope you're having a good one. Again, the drops from this raid are amazing. I think I started this out with less than 100 eggs. So we have already gotten a metric crap ton. I'm almost done with all my blue apples as well. I am going to request that people please put up damage Cs. I have seen a couple of ASICs that have like an efficiency C, like a bond C or something on it. It's like I get it, but at the same time, I would prefer to do a plugless run and lose a like slot than to completely plug suit every single run and have this like slow to a halt. I'm doing good. I'd help you, but I'm an ALA. No, it's not good. And I'm also slow here because I'm doing this one-handed. Because who knows what my other hand is doing. Mm. Is Waisky Kenshin MP1 good? Yes. Yes. MP1 is competitive with an NP5 like let's go over to NA. MP1 is competitive with an NP5 Estrella. God, I could not think of her name. I'm gonna play the lurk tax, no problem. Appreciate the lurks, guys. Hope you guys had a good one. I still gotta spend AP down over here, which we have a metric crap ton of stuff. Yeah, the lotto guide, I believe, is ready for me to record. But I'll probably do that Monday. Because OKS is currently working on the roll video. I'm also going to skip all the story from these 5 AP or we're never going to get through with it. Hmm. No, let's choose something synergistic or I might regret this. It's going pretty good, JC. How about yourself? How do you decide MP for AoE and single target? You mean like, how do I know what the node has? I see there are 2 enemies in here, so I know that like AoE is probably a good solution. So that's why I'm doing this. But I honestly don't know what's actually in here. Luvia, yes. Almost forgot my lurk tax. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Shadow. Appreciate it as well. Now, I just hope one of them doesn't, like, instant NP. That would just be annoying. Am I excited for the weekend? Yes, but why? Why are you asking, chat? Yeah, we're probably going to have a raid jack for the finale, so I would save some apples. Is MP3 single target an ideal MP? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by ideal? Like, are you saying like, is that strong? Are you saying that that's like a good price point? Are you like, So it really depends on like your definition of that sort of thing. Let me just try carding. Omega lol. FNAF movie, second movie came out? Wait, there's a second FNAF movie? What? If they made part of it a lotto and a raid? That'd be interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. After I finish eating this. So I can't hold a long conversation while I'm eating this. What? Why did the capture card break? Hello, Angora. How's it going? How are you doing today? Honestly, I could probably just Mao Nobu almost all of this. Oh no. Just went to the dentist? Nice. Hope you got a clean bill of health and that nothing was expensive. Okay. So that's the Buster one. So we're gonna pre-card that and post-card that. There's one that drops a 2-turn skill and PC ult start. Damn. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we can talk, chat. Sorry about that. Well, thank you guys for keeping chat alive while I was eating. Yeah, so how would I feel if they made the finale a raid and a lotto? I don't know. I would probably feel how I feel right now about the current raid slash lotto existing on JP. That's why I put that in the title. This is the most efficient farm that FGO has ever had, chat, in the history of the game. Not what you're looking at right now, but on JP, the current Grand Duel is the most efficient farm. And you can look at it by any metric. There is all of the upside of clearing a raid. That raid, however, is tiered as if it is a Bleached Earth quest. So you're getting all the extra like master level and stuff from that. It has insane drop rates for essential materials. You are also getting a lotto attached to that and all the rewards that a lotto give. But even as far as lottos go, it is the most efficient lotto we have ever had. Allow me to explain. It is a 1-turn clear. Lotto nodes are usually 3 turns. You can 1-turn clear these nodes. So, yeah. It is a lotto and a raid and a Bleached Earth quest combined, and it's all 1 turn. It's fucking stupid efficient. Yeah, I don't know why they decided this. It's kind of insane that they did, and I'll take it. And honestly, in a weird way, it kind of like I feel bad for people that hyper grinded the other ones because you probably don't have as many like refills and stuff to do on this unless you're just gonna like spend the money, and that's fine if you do. But like, shit, right? Like this is the one that everybody should have saved for. The only downside is the length. Yeah, so it is very short. It's only a week long. So we have to make the most of it because like the week is already half up. What's up, CZ? I got 600 apples. I have a shit ton myself. And I like part of me wonders if like that's why they're doing this. Wait, why am I in Berserker? Hold on. Hold on. I heard about Iron Lung today. Trubs was telling me about it, but I don't like. I know it's Mark Plyer's like movie that he's directing, but I don't know more about that. Like I've heard that an Iron Lung is like those old diving suits, but again, I don't know like what the movie's actually supposed to be about. What happened 20th of December on FGO? That's when we get the finale for JP. And NA should be also in the midst of its own lotto then. When I hear Iron Lung, I think of the medical device. Maybe that's what it is? It's based off a game of the same name. Little indie horror game. Interesting. So what is the little indie horror game about? I have hiccups. Weird. Almost never get hiccups. When do we get the Oki to Altar banner? That's a good question. I actually don't know that off the top of my head. You'd have to go look at like when it came out on JP. I may have talked about it during the guide video, but I just don't remember. Steel tube sent to explore a moon with an ocean of blood. What? Let's go and squeeze. Yeah, because this grind is like so stupidly efficient on the flip side, it's kind of why I want to like get back over to JP. And bannerless, that's all it can help. Yep. What do you think is coming in 2 weeks? Nasu said that it should be unique over other gotchas finales. Well, yeah. Chat, do any of you know a gotcha that has had a finale? Like a proper finale. I want you guys to think about that for a second. Like, not like, oops, teehee, we're shutting the game down, but like, hey, this game has been so successful that we have allowed the story to run its full course. So, like, will it be unique? Yes. What will it be like? I don't know. I could not tell you. And if they pull off something truly insane and amazing, hey, maybe I'll have to eat my hat. I'll be like right there rooting for them. So I'm at that point where it's just like I doubt that they're gonna do anything truly amazing outside of their normal like formula of doing things. But if they do, okay. Could be cool. And yeah, it's not like the gacha is actually ending, so. Raids to end part 2 again. I think that's what a lot of us are thinking and assuming will be the case. I play because enjoying Nasu's works. Yeah. Inoriki. Oh, okay. I guess it is the time to beat the crap out of Rikyu. Oh my god, game, please. I bet I could just kill just with that. Yep. Raids 3 to 4 days after the final chapter starts. Yeah, we'll just have to see. 3 turns of resistance to all attacks. Disgustoid. Well, let's see how big of a resistance it is. That's not a big resistance at all. It's like, puts up special resistance, kills anyways. Okay. I should have pick in the stream too. If they should have pick, I haven't seen it, but I've kind of just been going off what like Trubs and people have said because he translated it all. So we're clearing 9 bonus quests. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, what do you mean 9? I've cleared them all. I thought I was being smart with the CQ and tried using a defense pierce C, but it did not, in fact, help. Intriguing. Movie comes out January 30th. All right. But yeah, like I really am excited for the finale at this point. I think I'm beyond the like doom and gloom. Obviously, you know, like we've talked about it ad nauseum. You guys know my stance on this. We don't know what's gonna happen after things, and that is concerning. But like we're kind of like in the grasp of the finale at this point, and I'm just like, let's see it. Let's see what they have to offer and what they're gonna do. So it's exciting. Plus, we all have, you know, Christmas coming up and everything, so definitely interesting in that regard already. Missed your rolls yesterday because I was no lifing Night Rain DLC and eating Hot Pot. SMH. I can't believe you would do that. I can't believe you would eat Hot Pot without us. I don't even know you anymore. Most things are weird when you skip the setup beforehand. True. I hope the finale is really good. I really enjoy FGO. I'm on my knees praying for something truly special. I think a lot of us are, right? I think this game is very important to a lot of people, and that's why, like I said too, it's like, you know, you guys know I have my criticisms, I have my points where I'm pessimistic about stuff in the game, but like a lot of my criticisms are from a point that I am wanting the game to improve and that I love this game. And a lot of my pessimism comes from basically a standpoint of watching them kind of languish the game over the years and not like make some of the changes that they need to make, not be proactive with keeping the game and its community like vibrant. So that's where like a lot of that comes from. But it's like, to me, it's because I care so much about the game and I really want to see this game like pop off again. I want to see this game get back to its former glory that it once had. Will that happen? I don't know. I do think it's possible to, but it requires the devs to make certain like adjustments, and we'll just have to see. It's gonna have an instant charge, isn't it? That is unfortunate that I got all of our Buster cards here on this turn. Did you know Men in Black 5 with Will Smith might come out? Oh my god, dude. I don't mind Hollywood repeatedly like retreading series, but like mix it up a bit. Like, you want to do another Men in Black? Will Smith is old. Pick someone else. Or have him cameo or be like the boss now. And have it star like new people. And then make those new people interesting and like well developed characters. Not, oh, I'm going to make new people that like nobody is actually interested in. And this is the most like shallow, like one dimensional character ever. Pretty much just have him do what Kay was doing in the first one. Right. And I think that would be interesting and cool. Damn. I would have used that in P to Drain. Netflix bought WB, huh? Yeah, that's a weird one. Let's hope this is not a cleanse. Better than Paramount, but still Honestly, I think I would have rather had Paramount buy it. In a weird way, because you can't trust any of these, like, freaking asshats anymore. I almost want one of them to have a monopoly just so I don't have to pay for, like, multiple subscription services. I think it's just stupid. And it's like, I've openly admitted this, but it's like this is why I've gotten to the point of like pirating certain media, because it's just like when you make it such a service issue, there's no reason not to. Like, instead of like paying Netflix to get the majority of your entertainment, now you have to pay like 10 different services to get like one show on each. And it's stupid. Pacific Rim 2 tempered my expectations of sequels. Never have I been so disappointed. Yeah. What's up, Czar? Wait, how did I. Huh? Did I miss something? I'm so confused. How. How is Nobu still alive? Did Nobu, like, mitigate that? And I just didn't catch it? There was a guts? SMH. This is also only like an NP2 or 3 Psycha. Because I didn't combine the other copies. Okay, that was pretty much best case scenario. I think we just go for the nuke here. It's fine, Psycha's got this. I think she does. It is making me glad that I leveled her up, though. I didn't skill her up, but I at least leveled her up. Downfall of WB is the type of shit that has to be studied in university courses. I think it's just purely mismanagement. But it's also like bad oversight and studios just assuming that like people will like get the job done themselves. I think this is a one turn. It is. In a weird way, I think we just let Psycha be bait here. Actually, I didn't need to do the damage one, but whatever. Good question. What will happen to Batman about that? Don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Netflix even has the buying power for something like that at this point. Boom, baby. Not even close. Definitely closer than it needed to be, but like I said, only because I didn't pay attention to the fact that there was a guts. I could have done something about that, and it was just, oh, okay. Fuck. To be fair, I did not give this fight the respect it deserved. I just went in and did the comp I've been using for clearing the 90 plus plus. So it is what it is. Okay, and now there's another one. There we go. There's the CQ. Chat, is the CQ long? Is it hard? You have Summer Eris? I believe so, yeah. We'll probably save the CQ for another day. Because again, I wish to farm, chat. We'll go ahead and pop both. I don't think they're... I think they're Earth, not Man attribute, but whatever. More stars. Stars. I see Fox is regaling Discord of what happened to him. I haven't been able to pay attention to Discord here in the past like hour or two. There we go. Can't wait for Netflix to raise its prices again after this. Yeah, I think that's what's so fucked is that they just companies expect that they're gonna do all of this. They make all these plans, and then like some dumbass gets the idea that they shouldn't have to like foot the bill and that they should make the consumer foot the bill for it. And it's like, no. You're making your service worse so that you can pay for additional services. Well, if your service is worse, why are we going to pay extra for it? It's like, it's an actual asinine conclusion. And I feel like that is their problem, is a lot of these, like, electronics like companies and stuff like that, they don't think about that sort of thing. They just think about like, how can we make more money, how can we accelerate this, how can we get it faster and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you can, but if you piss off your customer base in the process, there's no point. Nobody wants your product then. They'll just go to a competitor. And let the record show, as much as people do not like Paramount, Paramount is legitimately like competing with Netflix now. Because Paramount has a lot of good stuff on it. Netflix doesn't anymore. And that's a problem for Netflix. That is probably why Netflix is trying to buy here. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, but part of the reason that Netflix doesn't have stuff anymore is because they didn't want to like win the bidding war. But they've also increased their prices since then. And it's like, so you haven't gotten a bunch of the new stuff. You've let some of these shows escape your platform. You haven't paid for the movies in a long time. And you're increasing your price? Why? Why would we pay more? You have less. Paramount has a very good lineup, which is astonishing. Netflix getting WB sounds, of course, like a primary reason to gain a library of content. Yeah. That's really, I think, all they're trying to do is trying to keep it away from Paramount. But, and that's why I said, like, to a degree, I almost wanted Paramount to win if that's the case. Because if Paramount wins, whoops, not do another run. If Paramount wins, then that's just more shit that Paramount has. And they're at least doing a good job right now compared to Netflix. Now, the reverse problem is true, though, of what happens then if Netflix dies off, Paramount has a monopoly, then Paramount tries to raise prices. It's just a shit show all around, no matter how you look at it. There you go, chat. I told you those were rookie numbers yesterday. IA, thank you for the 48. Appreciate it, my dude. Thank you for the 4 years. Jack, can we get some love for IA? And we're going right back in for more. Look, guys, we got a bunch more stuff. Yeah, so here you guys go, just to give you guys a bit of a summary. From Bond 6 to Bond 11, Merlin is already knocking on the door to Bond 14. I think he started at like Bond 12. I have since Bond 10 like 3 units besides that, one of which was Edison. So Edison's no longer here. The other one was Umu, Caster Umu. So she's there now, and I don't remember who the other one was. Because this is my third 4-star that I've swapped. So the bond farming here is pretty nutty. And you guys know I'm not somebody that's normally all about like bond farming or stuff, but it is legitimately like kind of insane when you consider that there's a whole bunch of other reasons to be doing this. Like to be farming this. HBO Max will keep operating and keep WB stuff like Batman. I'm actually surprised by that because I don't think HBO Max is doing very good at all. Like I saw they had a Black Friday deal for like, I think you could get like your monthly subscription for the rest of the year for like $2 a month. And it's like, okay, so you can get all of HBO Max for checks notes. $24. Like, is a really good deal, don't get me wrong, but it's like that doesn't look like things are going well. The sad thing is the lotto node for people who can't do grand stuff only has 90 plus bond levels. Yeah. Grand Duel do give a lot of bonds, so it's normal. The bond side of this is normal, I agree. What's insane is the rest of this. So it's like the bond stuff is just icing on the cake for your other reasons for already being here. And that's what I was saying. It's like to a degree, I feel bad for the people that wasted all of their apples like farming the prior Grand Duels so much because this is way more efficient than them. HBO Max is barren. It's basically talk shows and that's it. Well, and I assume it's like HBO's like library of stuff, but even then, HBO doesn't have that much. Like, to me, the only thing I would watch on HBO Max would be Game of Thrones. And base Game of Thrones, while I wouldn't mind rewatching a bunch of it, the final season tanked it for a lot of people. And then the new series has been good. But so it's like, okay, so it's like I'd get it for the new series. Okay. Why am I paying for one fucking show? And this is why I've said a little bit. I'm surprised most of these online subscription services haven't come up with an almost a la carte option where they say like, hey, for a reduced price, you can basically pay for a subscription just for this one show. Once you've watched it, it's over. So it's almost like a cheaper rental or something like that. Like maybe pay us like, I don't know, 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. And you can watch the entire show. And that's it. And that's all you get access to. And I'm surprised they haven't done that sort of thing because I do think some people would favor that over having to pay for the entire like subscription. Now, obviously there's benefits then because people will go like, well, hey, maybe the subscription's worth it because if I just pay a little bit of extra money, I can get all of these other things. So it is like a psychological trick. And even if they don't do that, that's still probably overpaying for the value of that one show. So it works in both ways. They can psychologically trick you into paying more, but also even if you choose not to go with like the actual subscription, they're still probably making more money off of you than if you had pirated it. Just buy the show at that point? Yeah, assuming you could, right? Peacemaker is one that I have potentially wanted to start, but every time I mention it, my friends that are fans of all the stuff basically tell me I have to watch like 20 other things first, and I go like, no. It's like, if you're telling me before I can watch Peacemaker Season 2, I need to watch Peacemaker Season 1, okay. If you're telling me before I can watch Peacemaker Season 1, I need to watch a bunch of other stuff, I'm not doing that. You can either have me watching Peacemaker Season 1 or not at all. You can call this new service Blockbuster. Yeah, that actually sounds great. And like we could put one on like every block. And then like we could have like storefronts where people could actually go in and like peruse the titles. And like then there would also be like the social aspect to it. And then like, oh, we could even have it where like they could take each one from the store and bring it back physically so that there's the joy of like imaginary like physical ownership. And it almost feels like you're like going to like an ancient library and like having to deal with librarians. And then also at the same time, we could maybe put it on like older forms. So like we could put things on like VHSs again. And then by doing that, we could have the joy of having to like rewind the VHS every single time. The new Artrea has a passive skill called Protection of Utopia EX. Yeah. Yeah, you're fine just watching Peacemaker. That's what I figured. Suicide Squad is the only thing you need for Peacemaker Season 1. What if I just don't watch that? And I just assumed that Peacemaker was part of the Suicide Squad. How bereft am I? They can't milk you to infinity like that, so forget it. Yeah. You're not wrong. LOL at Cad not noticing the Nobu guts. Like I said, I don't know how I didn't, but I didn't. Cad is a DC head. I give you permission to watch Peacemaker. Thank you. I appreciate that. I still love this song. Almost out of Blue Apples, chat. They do flashbacks for stuff you need in Peacemaker? Okay. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube that could cover whatever you might. No, I mean, like, I feel like I would be lost because I don't have the capability of thinking for myself and being able to read between lines. So I would have no idea. Would never recommend anyone to watch Suicide Squad. See, that's been my stance on this. I don't really want to watch Suicide Squad, especially not the one with Jared Leto. Almost time to dig into those 700 silver and gold apples. Perish the thought. Yeah, today was a really productive day at work. I got a bunch of shit done. It was busy. It sucked. But I also managed to finish reviewing the lotto guide that Avalon's put together. Managed to get a lot of stuff like hashed out with a girlfriend as well, because she's wanting to like do a lot of stuff. Like we basically tomorrow we have like an all day like date basically, with a bunch of different things that we're gonna be doing, and then we'll have to see from there. You guessed half of FGO story. I think you're fine. Yeah. I kind of hate that, honestly, at times. Like I feel like there are times that I'm really good at like being able to predict plot points in stories because I've watched so much stuff that it makes sense. I see the mystic lines of like writing comprehension and death flags. My situation. No, there are two of them. The one without Jared Leto is the Suicide Squad. Yeah, but the one with Jared Leto in it is the Suicide Squad. So is the one with Jared Leto in it the first one or the second one? I hope this doesn't kill. The one with Jared Leto in is the first one. Okay. Well, that makes sense then as to why they would remake it. Good. I saw the defense down, which means she lived. Yeah, I mean that like I actually now I feel like I understand. Like that makes so much sense as to why they would make a second Suicide Squad movie. Because Jared Leto was in the first one. It's like they should make Morbius 2 without Jared Leto. And it'll probably be better. I mean, I don't think it'll be good, but it'll probably be better. Why did they have to ruin Tron by casting him? He apparently like pitched it, was why, if I remember correctly. Speaking of Leto, he's going to be in the new He-Man movie as Skeletor. Honestly, like dead serious, I actually feel like that might be a good role for Leto because everybody hates Leto. He's creepy, he's weird. And that's exactly what I feel like Skeletor's supposed to be. Like, tell me I'm wrong, chat. But I do agree, like, yeah, it's better to just cast someone else and not cast him at all. I just feel like Skeletor might actually be a role he could pull off. He has a producer credit on Tron, yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was the one that pitched it to the studios. Is there a He-Man movie? Supposedly. Because that's not the first time I've heard that he got cast as that. Now, what I don't know is it live action? Like, low key, I kind of hope it's not. Granted, with how they handled the He-Man show, maybe I hope it is, because the people that wrote the He-Man show for Netflix need to, like, uninstall from their jobs. So, chat, imagine, if you will, a show titled He-Man, and you choose to emasculate said titular protagonist and replace him with someone far more titular. That is to say, you make the show about She-Man instead of He-Man. Screen Rant has an article about it. Of course they do. Oh, it is live action. Okay. Get kicked out of the Matrix. Isn't it She-Ra? No. You misunderstand. There is also a She-Ra show. I'm talking about She-Man. Have you not heard of She-Man? Then you haven't watched the new He-Man, like, animated series on Netflix. Because the main protagonist of She-Man is a she. Which one? There's like 3. Oh, did they make more? I'm sorry. I stopped watching after the first one. It was bad. Which sucks because I actually do like He-Man as a like series. I literally said like this has just been corrupted by everything that is wrong with the world. And I'm just not gonna watch this. What about He-Man? Hee. So Michael Jackson? The original He-Man live action had Lundgren. Yeah. If I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, Kevin Smith cried after watching WandaVision and not because it was shit. What did he cry about then? Huh? God only knows. Yeah. It is what it is. The original He-Man live action movie had good KFC. Wait, what do you mean good KFC? Like Kentucky Fried Chicken? Kentucky Fried Chicken from the 1980s. Yeah, I'm just confused. What does Kentucky Fried Chicken have to do with He-Man? I feel like there's like a step in between that, like the missing link, where like He-Man bends down and has a reason to pick up a bucket of KFC. There you go, chat. Behold bonding. Bondage, if you will. I bet you do, Jay. I bet you swallow a lot of that. Finger looking good, right? A scene with Man at Arms chowing down on fried chicken. Oh, okay. So it was like it was supposed to be like fantasy medieval fried chicken, and it was totally just KFC. I got you. That's interesting. The collective? I do believe the entire collective, yes. Anyways, too many J's in chat. Someone has to go. No, at this point, it's great. You're just one brain cell. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do when Merlin hits Bond 15, though. That's going to be a problem. Granted, I'm not going to get to farm really at all tomorrow. So I'll probably only be able to farm on Sunday. Get a new Merlin? I don't think I can. But I do believe we'll hit 184 before we're done. Maybe 185, but I doubt it. I just need people to finish off their class scores. I'm not talking the grand score. I'm talking the class score. The caster, like the class scores here actually matter a lot more than people realize. People think it's like not a big deal, but they do actually like count for damage output. By God, that's waiver music. You keep using them, 25% more bond. I mean, you're not wrong. That's definitely a thing. Hello, Katana. How's it going? At this point, I'm just stockpiling courts for inevitable new Artoria. What does suck, though, is like, let's say they come out with a banner for the finale, and that banner does not include the new Artoria. What do I do? Like, at that point, it's like, I think I hold out for Artoria, right? Like, but we don't know whether or not Artoria will be summonable. I think it's highly likely, but who knows when? They said no new banner for the finale, right? Did they? If they did, I'm not aware. That's probably a Trubs question. Yeah, New Year's is what I would expect too. Also, Brandon, if you're out there, please, for the love of all that is holy, you have a perfected Ace. Please take this godforsaken CE off and put a MLB Black Grail. Thank you. I appreciate you. Somewhere it was said there was no new servant till New Year's. I mean, if that's the case, that's fine by me. Less I have to spend. Please tell that to all ASKs. Yeah, I do agree that that applies to every single ASK. I don't know why people are putting a non-damage CE on. I saw in Trump's translation stream they said no rate up, but it could have meant nothing until the finale. Yeah, that's why like I'll ask him for clarification because I'm just not sure myself. I don't want to tell you guys wrong. I don't want you guys guessing. Trubs is here. Oh, okay. I just DM'd him, so. No new banner till New Year? Okay. Perfect. More time to save. Maybe that's what'll happen, chat. Maybe they'll start making content so sparse for the game that you just infinitely farm courts. And because of that, you reach a point where you say, okay, I'm good. And I can, like, never have to, like, spend money on the game ever again. I doubt it. That would be really stupid of them. Oh, we're about to level up, chat. Once more into the abyss. Do you need to have MLB Black Grail? Yes. Oh, for each of your grand servants? No. Just you just need the one copy. What will be interesting is if, like, I assume we're gonna have a battle where we get to use all of our grands, and what's gonna be interesting is, like, are you going to be able to use the same CE on all of your grands, right? Like, because that is how they're currently set up. But I wonder if when you get into the actual battle, if you'll have to switch stuff around. Unless otherwise? Wait, what's the unless otherwise line? What's going on with that? Probably during the caster CQ, right? Screams. Screams. I also feel bad for Vare because I really want to use his, but he also doesn't have MLB, and that does make a difference. Do you need the MP? Sorry, what do you mean MP? Oh, wait, hold on. Playing for a year now, I have one black grail and 0 K scopes. Hey, be happy you have one black grail. They farm boxes for the mana prism and FP. Are you saying you don't need the materials at all? Like, just for the mana prisms in the FP, it's probably not worth, but if you want to, go for it. It's definitely a good opportunity for multiple reasons. I just don't know if those reasons are something you actually need. New Year's is most likely when new things come. Yeah. Well, it does make me think that they've really just, like, put all of their eggs into the basket of this finale, and that they're not going to be able to do anything until they get beyond it. I'm curious if Fake Solomon will have battles for other Grand Servant classes after Grand Servant Lord Logris. Yes, that is what I think will happen. I think you'll have almost a Temple of Time demon pillar scenario where you're gonna have like counter grands summoned to you, and you're gonna have like grand battles one-on-one, and then there will probably be like an ultimate like battle royale of grands. Oh, dude. I've taken this person multiple times before. I don't know what they've done, but one of their like their mana loading or something is set to 9, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Regarding that new He-Man movie, oh god. He-Man is a handshake between what traditional masculinity and femininity are. Okay, hold on. He-Man will be modern and humorous. That's playing much. I think there is a modernity to him that is really interesting. It feels like who he is as a person is a handshake between what traditional masculinity and femininity are. And I think it's very exciting to be able to play that in such a huge studio movie. So, if they're talking about like He-Man the movie as a whole, and they're saying it's what traditional masculinity, and traditional femininity are, like that could both be true if like this is He-Man and like this is like I don't know like She-Ra or something. Like this is like another woman, right? Like you can have this and this statement wouldn't be concerning or false if it's talking about like the movie in its entirety. If it's talking about specifically the character He-Man, no. No, not at all. Like, what the actual fuck? Every time I see modern, I roll my eyes. To me, I don't roll my eyes with modern. Modern is just like a term of for like current year, for the like this generation, right? Like that's how I view it. But yes, admittedly, like things that try to modernize stuff, like again, there's the meme of like the quote unquote fictitious modern audience that never shows up because modern becomes a replacement term for we have injected our like political stances and bias into something. I'll egg you in the basket. What? Also, hello, Ash. Oh God, what did you read? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I read. Sure, but it was co-opted by those people. Right. That's so it's like I don't interpret it that way, but I don't blame anyone for doing so given what they have done. Right? Like I totally understand where people are coming from. I just when something is stated to be modern, I don't necessarily view it as a bad thing. I just it's it's to me like why are you having to really bring that up and talk about it? Just dropping it offhand's one thing, but if you focus on it as like part of an interview point or something, it tells me that there's an issue there. You know, I'd totally watch a He-Man that's a twink femboy. What? I was gonna say he's supposed to be a buff himbo. That is 100% his like he's a meathead. Although admittedly he's not like actually stupid and everything, but it is what it is. That is the archetype of character. He is just a smarter version of that. Why don't they let our boy rest? Well, it's like I think people want to see He-Man done right and given justice. And the fact that like let's be real here, chat. if you're going to remake something, I can understand adapting it to an extent to like modern viewpoints on things. But the modern viewpoint of a man is still that a man is a man. The modern viewpoint of a woman is still that a woman is a woman. Trying to do anything other than that is subverting the original concept of it. And I'm somebody that, like, I believe that, like, there's a place for everyone and that, like, people can have what they want. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and, like, get upset over people having, like, or desiring media of, like, different tastes and different types. I think that's fine. But when you're remaking something that's older, you should be sticking to the original premise of that, even if you are maybe adapting it some. But if you start straying from what the original premise is, you're straying from the reason people like it. Like, chat, what if for Star Wars, we made it about ancient technology like stone wheels and like dirt rags and like sticks? Why would anyone watch it? It's not Star Wars. If you're someone that likes sci-fi, that's not sci-fi really anymore. I'm not saying you couldn't do that in a sci-fi story. You could. But if like that's what it became about and that's all it was, you wouldn't watch it anymore. Because now you're watching Neanderthal drama, not sci-fi. Ewoks are cannibals? Yeah. How is this a better node to use up apples than the previous grand battles? This is just like every other grand battle, but it also has a lotto attached to it. So, like, ooh, spicy. Ugh, spicy. Granted, I could probably make him kill. So again, like, this is already just really good efficiency for bonding and drops. But it is also a lotto, and also for a lotto, it is a like 1-turn lotto instead of a 3-turn node. So yeah, it's nice. Ern, thank you for the 53. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you've been good. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Call it Origin of the Enforcer. A properly done He-Man movie would make a mint. Yeah. Like, and I'm somebody that believes that, like, chat, do you guys, and I'm asking the guys in the audience, not the women, but like, do you guys want to go watch a sappy, sobby love story about like a teenage couple? Or do you want to watch a macho dude shoot things or beat things up? I can tell you basically that's just how guys are. And so if you're making a show or a movie or a game for those people, that's what you should do. If you're making a game, a show, a movie for women, you should make the sappy love story. If you're making a show for a different, like, culture, make it for that culture. Like, I I don't get it. Why would you make it as something other than that? Other than you don't like what it is and you want to pander to a different audience. And you can do that. You can pander to a different audience. And then your product is shit and no one likes it. Because pandering to the new audience, they didn't care about it in the first place. And so maybe they like the new thing, but there's not enough of them to outweigh everybody that liked the old version. And therein comes the problem. So it's like, again, I believe that there should be all different types of media. And not every type of media is for everyone, right? Like, for instance, if you don't like turn-based combat, what are you doing playing FGO? If you basically don't like action combat, why would you try to play a Souls game? And that doesn't mean that like FGO is bad. That doesn't mean that the Souls game is bad. It's just, it's not for you. But I guess like our society nowadays is like, oh, that's not for me. But instead of admitting that that's not for me, I'm just going to say that that's shit. And you're like, what? Women's on the internet, not possible. There are dozens of them. Dozens. I mean, again, I'm not going to out any of them, but I definitely know there are women in this stream, so. And that's fine. We love our ladies. Shooting, death, violence any day. Yeah, and to be fair, like, maybe you're a guy that likes a good romance story. Maybe you're a girl that likes, you know, like some action and some shooting and stuff like that. It's like, that's fine too. Like, no one's going to say you can't like that. You are welcome to like what you like and to be who you want to be. It's just, don't expect everybody else to like bend to your wishes and like the entire world needs to correct itself to your viewpoint. That's what's dumb. That's what's crazy. Outing Steve like that, doxing him. Yeah. I can handle rom-com, but sappy movies, eh. I can handle a sappy movie every now and then. But I was talking to the girlfriend about this, that like, I don't like watching, I'm a very romantic guy, but I don't like watching romance. And the reason why is because if I'm not with somebody, I don't really want to watch a romance. Like, it just reminds me of like my past relationships and shit. It makes me upset. And makes me like angry that I don't have somebody there to like share it with. But like, now that I'm with her, would I go watch like some sappy, stupid like love story? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's great. Like, I have no problem if I'm with somebody, especially if it's something that they really want to see. Imagine if Devil May Cry had a female protagonist. I was gonna say, wait, isn't that Bayonetta? Even I would come to that conclusion, and I have played basically neither. I have played some Devil May Cry, but not enough to really, you know. Female Dante with same personality. So, lady. That's a cop-out answer? No, it's not. I honestly think Bayonetta 3 was not as good as Bayonetta 2. Interesting. Dante got cursed into being female for that one specific game, implying that it's a curse to be a woman. Haven't played Bayonetta 3. I thought you had. I rarely ever hear about Bayonetta anymore, and I haven't played the series myself. But the one time I always hear about Bayonetta is when there's one like picture of art that gets posted from the official artists that was like a like celebratory piece that they made of like Bayonetta with some other guy from the game that I guess like they get married and they have a kid together, and it's a picture of them as like a family portrait being happy together. And apparently that like deeply upsets some of the like population of the game, I guess, that like really wanted her to be a lesbian. And I don't understand why, but like it's just really funny to me because every time it comes up, it's like some major drama on the internet. And like people like just absolutely like seethe about it. Too bad her VA passed. Wait, Bayonetta's? Wasn't there just drama with Bayonetta's VA about like they had to switch VAs because like some shit went down with her? Is that the new Arturia there? Yeah. It is not technically summonable yet, but we're going to see soon, I hope. Well, apparently one of the things, so there might be like weather tomorrow, and apparently one of the things we're gonna go do, it's kind of outside, and we had to get tickets for it, and I guess like they sent me an email saying that they're keeping an eye on the weather and that they might have to reschedule. Hold on, chat. I just had to send that to her. I mean, weather isn't something people can control. I mean, if it's just rain, it's fine. But they're saying like if it's thunderstorms, and it's like, yeah, to a degree, it's like I can just sit there and hold an umbrella. There's not a problem. But like, I don't want to hold an umbrella if there's lightning. I'm sure chat's seen a couple of cartoons on that subject matter. I'm also a fairly tall guy. I'm a little bit closer to this guy than everyone else. Maybe a slightly better lightning rod. Small kid from the first game. You don't want to reenact the Flash's origin story? Wait, is that like what actually happened? Did the Flash get his superpowers because he was struck by lightning? Yes, really. Everything I've heard about the Flash, he sounds like a really cool hero that they have like shonen power scaling issues with, where it's like he's a really cool hero that has a lot of like strength in his own right, but then they can't help but give him bullshit like powers. Or it's like, oh, he can jump into other dimensions. And it's like, huh? Which Flash? See, there you go. I think that's one of the reasons that I really liked the opening episode of The Boys was because it portrayed like what would actually happen if someone was the Flash. And it's like, oh wow, that girl got run the fuck over. It's like I'm pretty sure just the wave of Barry Allen running would straight up like kill people. Speed Force, we ain't gotta explain shit. Yep. His suit is also made of frictionless material. Yeah. He just vibrates through them. So the Flash is a gigantic vibrator? Going too fast and explanations too slow? Oh, I see. So, like, you couldn't explain it by the time that he's already gone. Got Merlin on the 24th of November. He's now Bond 13. Yeah, I believe it. With how much Bond is, like, getting thrown around here, it's not surprising at all. Particularly if you have been efficient at farming. Also, I'm just going to assume that the quote unquote the speed force is the power that you guys are talking about where I had mentioned him being able to hop dimensions. Otherwise, I have no idea what speed force means. Well, I should say, other than the generic application of those terms. Flash has vibrated in place before. Okay, but why? It's the power that gives Flash speed. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So it's the reason that he can do things that no one else can. Got it. Why not? I don't know. I just like, oh, that's. How did I do so much damage to Artoria, but not to Solomon? Like, what is that damage variance? Okay, chat, you want to see how I'm going to get out of this? Command seal time? That's wrong, actually. Wait, which one's withdraw? Is it that one? Yeah. There you go. Nope. There was no way not to kill her. I like that this is so confusing. Back to the grind, chat. $40 AP totally wasted. That's right. There you go, chat. Couldn't Shakespeare have done it? No, Shakespeare would have killed her. The problem was I couldn't get Shakespeare to an MP without the command seal. And even with the command seal, there's so much damage bonus right now, and she was so low that he would have killed her. Like, legitimately, in all of my 250 runs, I have not had that happen yet. That is the most lopsided I have ever seen that go out, which is kind of wild because that was a Buster NP followed by 2 arts cards. So, like, I didn't have Mighty Chain bonus. I didn't have the Buster down. Like, it should not have dealt that much damage to her. So that was a legitimately insane roll. But yes, I know what I just did was seemingly insane to people. How much do you plan to farm this? Probably as much as I have the time for. Because I'm not running out of apples anytime soon. If chat's curious as to how many apples I have completely used all of my bronze and blue apples. And I still have 700 of each, gold and silver. Your apple count says it's not insane. See, someone gets it. I've seen people getting out of stuff because they didn't 3-turn. That's interesting. I mean, well, yeah, true. You're not wrong. To a degree, min turning is still more insane than what I just did. That's a lot of apples. Yep. How did you beat Fiyuki if attacking an Artoria is off the table, though? Nobody has proof that I attacked Artoria. I just politely convinced her to go away. I bribed her with a burger. We have the record. You have no such proof. Go delete. Not on this account, you have no proof. There you go. There's my out. How many apples will I need in December? Oh, God. Ah! Chat is a gigantic butt plug. I worked at the restaurant you bought the burger from. Joke's on you, I made my own. Okay, now we gotta find a new 4-star. Honestly? Yeah, let's get her Bonsi. I'm not gonna use her to farm. I feel like Irisfield deserves the Bond 10. Yuck. Hey, Cross, how's it going? Woo is who I was considering, but just been carrying my ass so hard on this. Yeah. Again, I think Shez is probably the number one because anti-king, and then Tonalico is the second highest with anti-evil. Dad, if you have a 120 Tonalico, I need you guys to refresh. Please log back in. Thank you. This has been a public service announcement. How's the Grand Caster farming going? It's really good. A bit monotonous, but nothing we can't handle. Nothing we haven't been doing for 8 years now. I'm so excited. I get to go eat. God, the food tomorrow alone is going to be really good. I get to go eat at one of the places we went to on one of our prior dates, and I'm really excited because it was a really small like ramen restaurant. It was so good. I was gonna say Nito. No, I won't. I won't purposely bond Nito. Nito will get there on her own. I'm actually surprised that Kimba's the one that song requested this, and not Hardus. I dropped 30 Saint Courts on over the same Sky Banner and got a Reshkagal. My day is fulfilled and my week is better than ever. Congrats. You better post pictures. I have not posted pictures yet, really, of the dates. I think VIP's gotten to see some of the food that we've gotten, like for instance when we ate at the sushi restaurant, but you guys got to see that one as well. But for the most part, girlfriend doesn't like taking pictures. At least not yet. And I think it's a request that I have wanted to honor in that regard. Let's see. This actually could be spicy here. I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill. 160 is like up there. It didn't, because I didn't include her card. It didn't count for the Mighty Chain shit. Um, yeah, she hasn't wanted to take pictures very much, and I've been respectful of that and have not like shown you guys anything really from the dates, which you guys will get to see that eventually. I like. Oh my god, it only did 60k to Solomon. Wow. Well, someone's getting nuked here. And Merlin pays for Shakespeare's sins. That somehow feels appropriate. Problem is now everything has worn off. You can keep that private, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, you guys, look, yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys anything that, yeah, no, you're not getting into like my private life in that sense. But like, you know, the occasional like food picture, like something interesting, I don't mind sharing something like that. Especially if I feel like it's something that like the community would like, right? But at the same time, yeah, I am hopeful that you guys will get to meet her soon-ish. I've been talking with her on that front. I'm letting the relationship take its natural course. I'm not trying to force things. So all of it is like what she's comfortable with. I'm letting her dictate the pace of things. And I have reasons for doing so. Um and it is what it is. Shows us his big toe, you sloot. That's true. I have shown you my big toe. And what was even weirder was Ash was like, "Oh my god, can I get another pick?" I didn't understand why, but ignore chat demands, Cad. I know. I do. Does she play any games? Um, she has before. She is relatively new when it comes to the concept of like PC gaming though. So that is on the to-do list. Yeah, I believe if I can quote Ash, he said something along the lines of, "Oh boy, I'm about to make a name for myself. You all up in here with your toes out. Let me get a lick." uh, I knew Ash would like that. Anyways, that's out here slandering me. Get it before the RAM prices go even higher? Wait, get what? What's up, Alba? Alba, please relog. Thank you. Freaky mod. Freaky mod. Let me see them gripper. At least he's not talking about the lawn chair. True. Buster down. Why is chat degen? Chat is a reflection of the streamer. If they ever rerun Guda Guda, I'll have so many bronzes. Wait, what do you mean by rerun Guda Guda? RAM is nearing a 300% increase since September. No, I'm aware of that. I don't know why someone was saying get it now or something like that. I don't know what it was referring to. I felt out of the loop on what was being said. Not that I'm not aware of the RAM situation. What's up, again? Rerun? Yeah. Buying your girlfriend a PC, I assume. Oh, is that what chat's talking about? No. So chat, she had her friends help her get the parts for a PC, and then she built it herself. Right now, chat is feeling a little emasculated, I suspect. But no, it's really funny to me because I have one, two, three, four. I have four computers in this room, and I have built all four of them. And they are four of the five computers that I've built in my life. No, don't kill Shakespeare. Asshole. Not gonna lie, yes, yeah. If you guys don't feel like building a PC, you don't have to. But I did find that really interesting. She's a very, very capable like person when it comes to like being able to like handle building something or maintenance and stuff like that. Like honest to God, she has, even with like things when she's been over here, there have been things like around the house that she's like pointed out to me, and I've been like, oh, really? Like things that like I didn't know. But that's because I think she really likes to watch like HGTV and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Did Cad just kill Artoria? Wait, did I? Did I actually? No. You did, yes? Damn. I feel bad. What happens? Chat got me distracted talking about my IRL, actual IRL love interest. I built my PC once, then never again. Yeah, building a PC is an experience. It's not for everybody. Even like every time I go to build a PC, I low key kind of dread it. But it's only because I have had stuff go wrong, and it's kind of annoying. I really don't get how you could have a hard time building a PC unless you didn't check if the parts were compatible. Oh no, 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 no. You can definitely have a hard time building a PC. Shit can go wrong, is all I'll say. Like, people want to make it sound like it's the easiest thing in the world. It is not as it is simultaneously not as hard as people like think it is, but it is also not as easy as everyone tells you it is. Shit can go wrong, yes. Like, for instance, Cat, through no fault of your own, you can just get a dead part. That shit happens, and then you have to like wait on getting a replacement and all that crap, or you have to troubleshoot which part is actually dead. Like, it just is what it is. Doing it once is fun. Yeah, I would say it is an experience that I think every gamer should do at least once. Like, you guys should, at some point, if you need a new computer, you should sit down and build one. It From there, if you don't care to build one ever again, fair, right? But I feel like you should do it at least once so that you understand how a computer works, you understand what goes into it, and you also get that experience for yourself of having something that you yourself have built. That's why it's like upsetting to me whenever I have computer problems, because I'm like, shit, like, this is my fault. I did this. Or instead, I'm like, shit, this is Windows' fault. They did this. But yeah, the first time I ever built my computer was with my dad, and that, I think the only issue was when we first tried to turn it on, there was an issue. Like, we didn't get something hooked up right the first time. There we go. I know, let Micro Center do it. You can. You can pay someone else to like build the PC for you. There's nothing wrong with that. See, I'm not even the person that deleted that clip. One of the other mods shot that, which is funny. I have already used like 7 bond grails though, just in the farming I've done. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to bond a different 5-star? Like, I didn't even necessarily want to bond Ace, but I was like, it's a saber face. Let's go ahead and get her to bond 10 at least. Just so that, like, again, if I wanted to switch to a offensive grand, I would at least have her bond C ready for that, since she is somebody that is already been taken up higher in levels. It's probably gonna be Anna. Maybe Sanzang? Yeah, why not? I like Sanzang. And we don't get a lot of bond for single targets. It was Nightbot? Damn. Cat Nightbot hates you. Disable Nightbot. Listen, it is Nightbot. It is not Chat GPT. You can't tell it to see cell functions and provide you a recipe for spaghetti. You need Bond 11 to finish the 120. How do you know that? If that's actually true, I'm gonna go do that. I didn't think about that aspect of needing coins. It's why I won't order from Newegg anymore. I love Newegg. Newegg's great, but I did not want like the issue I have with Newegg is that they don't do the whole like free shipping, fast shipping thing, and that just actually pisses me off. We went over this day one of the farm. How do you know that, Chad? Are you cyber stalking me? Have you been watching my stream? I have 100 right now. Wait, am I live? Yeah, I thought this was rehearsal. So that's two more, so 116 and one. God damn it, you're right, chat. How did you know that? Swear to God, it's like you're watching me. My ace is now 12 points from Bond 10. Exactly 12 points? Yeah. I have had a unit be 1 point away from bonding up. And it's like, okay. Fuck me, I guess. And that's pretty unique as well because going to bond 10, not all units have the same bond. Like each one is unique in how much they require. I have stream muted and no visual. I see. But you do not. Nor do you hear my response. You don't even know that I'm responding to you. You're just saying things into a void. The void that is my soul. Thank you for the relog, Alba. I appreciate it. CAD does not exist. No, I definitely exist. I'm just debating if chat exists or if chat's actually a figment of my imagination. I feel like all of this could be a dream, and that somewhere in the distance, Sigmund Freud is laughing at me. Just roll MP5 ace forehead. I did on an A. To be fair, she got beefed up a bit, chat. She's in P3 now. Cad, take your meds were not real. I have meds? Imagine time to wake up. I don't know why. Today I do have that like heady feeling a little bit of like today could totally be a dream. It's all just part of the simulation. Everything's going too well. There's a new Artoria. My dating life is going awesome. Like, we're near Christmas. Like, the weather has not been hot. The dogs have been behaving. Merlin is Bond 14. Time to unplug, Cad? What do you mean? I'm already unplugged in this group. Dog's 100% about to act up. Wouldn't be the first time. SMH, so many scuffed Tonalicos. Congratulations on winning at life. Well, that's the thing about life. You only win temporarily. I feel like that last one was a bit in the moment. What do you mean? Cat, if my girlfriend drinks too much tonight because she's out like partying with some friends, I may have to end stream and go get her. You're all playing 4D chess and I'm playing checkers. That's how I win. So you drag us down to your level and you beat us with experience? Okay. People are spamming my Nido Grand. Nice. It's probably just like one person just using yours specifically over and over again. That's usually what it is. When you get a lot of FP, it's usually just like 1 to 3 people just repeatedly using yours. Then Merlin became Bond 14. Ah, I got you. Make sure to take a plastic bag in case of emergency projectiles. That is smart. That is thinking ahead. Okay. I'm actually amazed again with this lineup just how rarely Triple Buster does happen. It feels like it only happens like 20 to 25% of the time. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm hoping to see some progress soon with my own life. Good. I hope you guys have progress with your own lives. Like, that is. I'm not the type that's gonna like begrudge somebody like having good stuff happen to them, and that's where it's like I guess it's also why I don't have a hard time like telling you guys about good stuff happening in my life personally. Um Whereas like sometimes people only care about themselves and stuff. It's like I genuinely hope each one of you guys at least like leave stream feeling good, feeling like you had a fun time type stuff. I'm sure not every night is that way for you guys, and I'm sure there's times where I come across as like annoying or dumb or something like that, but that's generally what I hope. So it's like I hope that I'm at least a positive factor in your lives and that you guys have good, productive, awesome lives on your own. Bottle of water. 5-star gotcha event seed to MLB. What you mean on an A? Because there's no CE for this on JP. Yeah, a bottle of water is not a bad idea. Sorry, Chad. Hold on. Uh, is Caster raid or the better or the free quest? The raid is basically the better one, and it's mostly just because again you have higher like difficulty levels, so you get again just better like overall rewards. Bread and crackers help to absorb the alcohol. I think I'll be fine, but she is drinking, and that's where it's like, we'll see. Here we go again. We got another low roll situation. Come on, hit Shakespeare. Do it. You know you want to. Yes. No. It's actually impressive that, like, a level 65 Shakespeare is carding that hard. But yeah, the free quests are basically there for people that can't do the Grand Duel. Funnily enough, the duel is also easier in a way. Uh, kind of. Glass score go hard. Yep. I was gonna say you do at least have the grand effects as well. God, like, see, this is rough. That's where I think, like, it's probably a lot easier if you are using Shez, just from the standpoint of it's very easy to get the art synergy. Like, it's got to be almost impossible not to get triple arts for a Shez comp. Because you can also, similar to how I'm getting the Buster down, you can get arts down on everything. But I do wonder how fast Shez's Noble Phantasm is. At least in comparison to Ask's. Using Shez will make you redacted? I don't know about that. Four Asks I cycle through that never fail to kill. God, that's got to be nice. I think a lot of it comes down to the comp, though, too. Like, I can make this comp more robust. It's just I basically add in things like plug suit if I want to. So it's like I can get an automatic clear. I don't know that the automatic clear is worth the speed. I feel like that's just not worth. Using that same comp, but Arctic instead of plug. Wait, huh? I'm also using Arctic. Unless you mean you're using plug instead of Arctic. Plug is probably faster than taking 3 turns. It is, but I don't fail to kill that often. So it becomes a like what happens more type of situation. I didn't notice you're using Arctic. Yeah, no, it like if I tried to use plug, there'd probably be a lot more failure. Because it would be a straight reduction, like hard reduction in values. Like I said, I assume most of the failures to kill are just A, bad damage variance, and B, people just not having their class scores finished. New plug also has NP damage up on its attack buff. No, it does. It's not going to beat Arctic, but it does. Yeah, no, this comp is very simple and very stupid. Like you don't you don't need your own like high octane damage dealer. You need a Shakespeare and a Merlin, and this works. Or if you have a high octane damage dealer, you could I guess take a Merlin, but it is what it is. But what are chat's goals for this farm? You guys just going as long and as hard as you can as well? Reminds me of childhood memories. Somewhere between 400 and 500. More than that, it's useless. Clears or like boxes? Bad timing for me. It's not great timing for me either, but I'm making do. To be fair, I don't know that I'll be able to get my 500 boxes on the NA Lotto. Granted, because this is technically a shell lotto, chat, the current upcoming NA Lotto is not as big of a deal. Like you guys do have the bleached earth node, and you basically know that there will be a second lotto that gives shells. So it is what it is. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't farm by any stretch of the imagination. Current upcoming lotto is still going to be good for NA. This is the single most efficient node ever released. Yep, that's what I've been telling people. Like I think a lot of people are going to factor in the bond. I think even if you throw out like bonding considerations, this is just stupid. Like just actually stupid efficiency. Wrong cat, I need bullets. What do you mean? How is that wrong? I literally said it doesn't mean that you shouldn't farm it. It's still a really good node. Well, sorry, not node, event. People might get close to the new cap. Yeah, people will probably be able to hit the cap with the lotto boxes. Shakespeare gonna hit Bond 15, chat. Wait, huh? Nope, that's normal grails. I am blind and just cannot perceive that thing. This is definitely eating way into my Bond Grail horde, but it is really interesting. I have almost 7 billion QP right now. I believe it. Yeah, in all honesty, I really should try to get her to Bond 11 during this, because that'll actually like, this is a really good time to get her to 120. Because it's super efficient to do so. When I did the NA raids, I thought one turning is so good, I wish lottos were like this. Yep. But yeah, the fact that this is basically a one-turn lotto plus raid is just dumb. Like, that's why I say it's like I don't know what the devs were actually thinking with this, other than like they just want everybody as ready as possible for the finale. Yeah, God, we're already really deep into 184. This is going by very fast. Like, honestly, the longest part here is just getting the proper tonal ecos to show up. Otherwise, you're in and out of a node real quick. I'll go with that. You know, it's so good they removed the silver embers. Um, the fact that they removed silver embers. The fact they removed silver embers is just nice quality of life. You still get all the mana prisms as if the silver embers were there and you had burned them. And you still get all the experience in gold embers as if the silver embers had been there. So you get the best of both worlds and none of the micromanagement. So yeah, I actually agree. It's like the fact that they removed them is a great thing. Alice is my last SSR rolled on JP. Is that just because you didn't roll, or like you've had bad luck on JP? Or did you just like roll here recently? Since she has a banner right now. Really glad I started JP 2 months ago. This is the best FGO has been for sure. The problem with starting JP 2 months ago is that you're still doing a shit ton of catch up at this point. But yeah, I mean, if you're really efficient with how you operate your account and like what you go and do, it's absolutely possible to like be farming this stuff right now. I'm conflicted about the NA Lotto. My material says um do 100 boxes, but my mana prisms and FP and coins say do 500. Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at stuff like mana prisms, you can manage it by not buying everything. I think if you look at something like FP, the real reason you need bukus of FP is for grail casting. That one I can't help you with. That's just the way grail casting works. You need enough coins at least to try to tide you over until they refund all of the coins, which won't happen until anniversary, or at least maybe even a little after. So you need at least enough of a treasure trove to keep you going for basically this month and the next 6 months. So let's assume you have this month done, right? Every month you need 4,000 coins. That's your 2 grails that you're going to print. Therein means that you are going to need 4,000 times 6. So you're looking at 24,000 coins is how many coins you need to make sure that you are good. If you have the FP for that, you're probably fine because you'll still make more FP over time and you will get some from this lotto. If you don't have that, then you probably do need to farm the lotto. But do you need to go all 500 boxes? That I don't know. And there's also the act of having to roll out your FP in order to realize those coins. So it is what it is. Honestly, this lotto doesn't look too so bad for me. The lotto structure itself is really nice. That's why I said like we're gonna end up doing the recording for probably Monday. Well, that depends actually. I don't know what next week's date schedule is like. Because again, you guys know I normally like Wednesday is our normal date night, but that has kind of been thrown into like disarray here the past like 2 weeks. It should go back to normal next week, but I'm not entirely sure. I just had a thought. Okay. Probably one of the coins for January, so might actually go harder in this lotto than the past 2 to 3. Yeah. And I can't guarantee that you guys are going to get the coins like immediately in July. I would hope that with the ninth Annie, they would just give us those quality of life updates because that's when like JP went into a riot. But I can't guarantee that'll happen because even when JP went into a riot, they basically announced that they would make the changes, but then they still didn't make the change for like a month or two after that. So you may have to go a little bit longer until we get the coin refund. But it just is what it is. I hope they would be smart and they would just say, "Hey, here's fifth append. Also, immediately here is the quality of life necessary to make fifth append not hurt so much." So if they don't do that, honest to God, they might just be dumb. And I don't mean like the localization staff, I mean like Japan. That would be like trying to incite a riot again. And NA would be well within their right to complain about that aspect. '90 plus plus node, yeah, I'm just gonna have to go hard on it. I was looking at it today, and like not to spoil everything, but the efficiency of the '90 plus nodes are really good, and it so much so that the '90 plus plus node wouldn't even be a big deal if not for one problem. The '90 plus plus node will be very easy for people to six slot this lotto. And so, because of that, the plus plus node is tangibly more efficient. So, I'll talk about that when we do the guide in a little bit more detail. Ugh, could not be lasagna. Indeed. What's the HP on the last enemy in the 90 plus plus? I think it's 800k. Unless you're asking here on JP. Happy go burr. Oh, the lotto. I mean, yeah, like I said, I believe it's 800k. Ah, but I can't like quote you that because I looked at a whole heck of a lot of spreadsheets today. Huh. That is such a weird amount again. Huh. It's 788K? Okay. Dude, come on, man. How are we getting these low rolled? When you have this many like steroids in play and you have just a ton of modifiers, you have a lot of variance because remember what your number is usually like an average, and in FGO you can get plus or minus 10% on Noble Phantasm damage. So this does cause some interesting things. And that's where it's like, yeah, at this value, like if you get plus 10% over here and minus 10% over here, because if you're hitting two targets, they each have a damage roll of their own. So if you have that happen, yeah, you can get really, really different results. And it's very interesting how that happens. Ooh, Star Wars returns to theaters for its 50th anniversary in 2027. Nice. Okay, let's pray to God Shakespeare can somehow pull this out of his ass and deal 100K. Damn it. I don't think I can not kill Artoria. See, this is not worth. Like, this is way worse than like a 3 turn. This is not me having to work to kill Solomon. This is me trying to work to not kill Artoria. And there are still 2 more turns of this. Fuck it. I have apples. I'm not dealing with this. The Saberface must fall? No. They are not the walls of Constantinople. Need more Sakura face? Negatory. But Cad, you're not killing her, you're just incapacitating her? Wait, is that true? Does she just withdraw? I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it happen. She just stays not active. Interesting. Still no. Watching like a freak. I don't know about that. I think it's more implied that you just can't actually like defeat her. Wait, what is Trump's tweeting about? Oh, interesting. Apparently, the creator of Fallout is going to come back to Obsidian Entertainment. Like he's coming out of retirement. But he said don't bother trying to guess what project he's working on because you won't guess it right. So I guess that implies it's like it's not Fallout, obviously. All three extended versions of Lord of the Rings trilogy will be re-released in theaters in January for the trilogy's 25th anniversary. Fuck. Bro, as much as I want to re-see Lord of the Rings in theaters, I do not want to sit through the director's like extended editions. Like I have a bladder, okay? And that bladder needs to be emptied. And like after 5 hours of sitting still in one place and drinking drinks, I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, so unless they're putting in a catheter, like I don't know about watching the extended edition in theaters. In the comfort of my own home, where I can pause the movie and just go do something, sure. But unless you're gonna like bake in a like 5 to 10 minute intermission in the middle of the movie in the theater, like that's what they did with really long movies back in the day, by the way, chat. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind has an intermission baked into the movie. Okay? Because of how long of a movie it is. So it's like, if you don't bake in an intermission for the extended edition of Lord of the Rings, no one is going to survive. Movies have resulted in some of my most desperate bathroom breaks. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Like, especially because there was a time there in like early to mid 2000s where like movies were becoming routinely 3 hours long. And after 3 hours and 2 liters of soda, you are ready to burst like a balloon that has been overfilled with helium. Step out during Denethor scenes. You're not wrong in a weird way. Especially if you already know what happens. Denethor is just an asshole. And we all know how that ends. You're not interested in the full series 15-hour long sitting? No, I am. I want to see 15 hours in the comfort of my own home with my girlfriend. 15 hours in a movie theater? Kill me. Like, no. No, I do not. That does not sound like a fun time. You know what I say that? I could probably sit through an entire full-length feature film now and drink stuff because it's not like I sit through a full-length feature stream and drink stuff for 4 hours. So I guess I've learned how to hold it. Granted, I also don't usually drink my entire water, so there is that. Ever long tonight, I've thrown myself into out of the red your head, she said. What is your girlfriend's opinion of Grand? Grand who? What? Wanted it to be. Oh, the battering ram. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Like, and now that you say the battering ram, yeah, it is named Grand. I just like, for some odd reason, when you said Grand, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, is that like a name of one of the dwarves? Like I was like legitimately scratching my head trying to remember what it was. What is her opinion on Grand? I don't know. I'd have to ask. And she would probably find that to be a very weird question. Though to be fair, she also found it weird when I asked her what Artoria's actual name was. Because she's, you know, as somebody that has watched the anime, somebody that's just really used to calling her Saber. So it's like, while she did know it was King Arthur, she was like, huh? So she found that question very odd. Good again. Artoria as opposed to the curse name. That's what chat wanted me to fish for, but she was not even aware of the cursed name. So, behold, everybody that insists that the cursed name is the correct one, normies don't even fucking know about that shit. And that's calling my girlfriend a normie. She's not. But I'd say, like, casual fans don't even realize that's a thing. Okay? So the vast majority of people, she is just Saber. Bring back the 95-minute Arnold flicks. Honest to God, I feel like just some high octane action flicks and comedy flicks are what like Hollywood is missing nowadays. It just doesn't have them anymore. And I think it's just because like a lot of that stuff is considered B tier now, and it just doesn't get the same budget as major film productions, and it just gets relegated to the likes of like Netflix and stuff. So it's like it is out there, it's still getting made, but it's just not nearly as much. It's not like the full feature like comedies. Like you're not gonna get like Talladega Nights again, basically. Although I say that they did remake Naked Gun, so that was really awesome. And if you guys haven't seen it, it's a pretty good homage to the original movies. Oh no, I explained it to her in the span of about like a minute. It did not take me very long to actually like detail why the name, why I was asking the question, why the name what it was. But like I said, she just was like, "Why does that matter?" And I was like, "Well, my chat wanted me to ask." And she was like, "Okay." Man, I love Jackie Chan. I also like Jackie Chan. I heard Jackie Chan is like going to be doing a new Rush Hour, which is like kind of insane to me. There's a comedy crisis in general. I do agree with that. I love Jackie Chan movies even before Rush Hour. I have definitely seen other movies besides Rush Hour. I do feel like it's difficult to find like old kung fu and like martial arts movies now though. Like that's like the one genre that I haven't seen like a good source for this stuff. Like maybe it's like somewhere out there in the depths of Amazon Prime Video, but like I haven't like seen like good sources for it. Cuz I feel like I would love to just go watch some like old school shitty ass dubbed like kung fu movies. I think that's deep in the realms of physical media, probably. Like, I'm sure at some point, I think at some point, like, all of that stuff will end up getting, like, preserved and, like, put, like, into some sort of, like, library. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. Honestly, I think that's one of the other reasons why copyright is such a big issue, is because even though we're getting faster and faster and producing more and more and more stuff at scale, I feel like the problem is the quality isn't there, and so copyrights become such an issue over the years because everyone's still preferring older products. And as a result, they're realizing like, oh shit, because the preference is there, we need to like do something about it. I bought a lot of DVDs in that era. Yep. No luck. In the Old West, I recommend Shanghai Noon. Yeah. Ah, it's so weird. So I think when I was sleeping last night, that I like pulled a muscle in my back. It does not hurt, but instead I have like this weird numb sensation at like this small part of my back that when it flares up, it almost feels like, you guys know that feeling of like when you ever you're like your shirt is like bunched up and it like doesn't feel right. That's what it feels like on my back. But then I like reach back there and there's nothing there. And it's like it's so weird. I feel like I've never had something like this where it doesn't hurt. There's no like actual pain associated with it. It just it's kind of annoying. Cat is getting old? No, I don't think it's old. I think it's like it's and it may have been from like working out the other day. Because I definitely did some like shoulder stuff and arms. So like I don't know. But it's just odd because I don't like it's a sensation I've never had before. If it's made in Hong Kong, you're in for a good time, right? Via crowdfunding on YouTube? Nice. Some gas station store in the middle of America has a bargain bin of movies from the 80s and 90s. Oh, probably. It's the only reason I miss pre-streaming cable packages. Yeah. Although I would say that like that is what has become like Netflix and everything of like, oh well, we just air this at like 2 in the morning on our network because we have the rights and it's super cheap. Becomes oh well, we just threw it into our catalog because it was super cheap and we had the rights. So I still think video on demand is a much better system for entertainment purposes. But I do agree that like some stuff has been lost by the wayside from it. May have just slightly pulled it. Yeah. But it's like really weird because I would think if I slightly pulled it, I just wouldn't like there wouldn't even be this sensation at all. Time for a massage. I recently had a massage. That's all chat's getting. The tingling is CAD's nin developing. I see. Sounds like aging. I randomly wake up with aches and pains, and that's only in recent years. Right. I agree with that. This is not that. And that's why it's so weird. Like, it's not an ache or a pain. It's like there's this weird numb sensation in my back, and I don't know what caused it. Quick, chat, someone Google numbness and back. Don't do that. You'll get all sorts of bad results because it's not like it's like my spine or something. It is pretty clearly a muscle. Dad, need one of those people to snap your neck? No, no, no. Oh my god. You're talking about chiropractors? Some of those videos that I've seen of them like cracking people's neck and stuff, like, dude, I don't know how chiropractors don't accidentally kill more people annually. Like, that just looks really unhealthy and bad. Like, you have cancer and lupus? No, not the lupus. Well, at least I don't have leprosy. Cat, I'm less than 160k away from level 9 of my final Mystic Code. Nice, Cal. It's always nice once you have all of your Mystic Codes done. And I'm dead serious. Like, getting that under control means that you have, like, actual Mystic Code freedom. And it's not that you can't just use whatever Mystic Code you want. You can, but it means that, like, from then on out, you never have to worry about, like, are your Mystic Codes leveled up? Like, you'll get a new one and you'll just pretty quickly max that and you'll move on. But it also means that anytime a special Mystic Code is required, you have the maximum capability of it. It's really nice, a really nice thing to have. It's a similar deal to like having all of your units FO'd. It's one less thing you have to worry about in the grand scheme. Most times they don't mess with the neck. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time chiropractors are just kind of stretching you and stuff and like maybe massaging you. Um, but like, yeah, some of those videos that you see of them doing that stuff, it's like, dude, I don't know who's doing that, but they need to lose like I don't even think they have a license, but it's like they need to lose some sort of capability to function if that's how they actually treat people. Like, you could not get me to sign a waiver for that shit. I would sue their ass off. It feels good. Yep. Yeah, I don't think every chiropractor's bad. Snapping your parts in proper place like a Gundam model kit, bro. The next stuff isn't done frequently. When it's done, it's done for a reason. And I understand that. I'm gonna say whatever that reason is, go see a doctor. I don't think like touching someone's neck in that way is remotely safe. Like, they look like they're about to 1980s neck snap someone. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm surprised that sort of thing like hasn't actually happened. Where it's like, oh shit, I broke their neck. Oh fuck. Let me call an ambulance. There's a point where normal physical therapy is appropriate, right? It's alternative medicine, to be polite about it. Yeah. And I get like there's a point where conventional medicine has failed you and you're willing to like try alternative stuff. I'm not gonna fault people for that. I just like, yeah, again, those videos are kind of crazy. Here, eat this special stone and go dance in the moonlight for the next week. Listen, just because I like to dance naked under the moon, uh-oh. Yeah, I don't think Double Merlin Shakespeare's a comp that's gonna clear. That might have some issues. I'm just not gonna deal with that. Now I've wasted 120 AP, chat. I've practically wasted an entire gold apple. Are you proud of me yet? Turn. Wow, wow. A whole apple, your reserves will never recover from this. I know. It is what it is. I have been inefficient and I have brought shame upon this channel. Let's do that. Cat is a witch? Yeah, how did you know? 2,000 turns later victory. I I don't even think it'd be victory. I think it'd just be failure because Artoria has Invuln Pierce, which Merlin can obviously do nothing about. But even then, Solomon actually buff strips with his Noble Phantasm. So you really want to have the fight resolved before Solomon gets his Noble Phantasm off. And if he doesn't, then you at least want it to be like really close, where it's like, oh, I can kill him shortly thereafter. If not, you're gonna die. This is not a fight that you stall, basically. Does Lord Logress drop anything? No. No, it's there's really no reason to kill Artoria. Just drain his NP. That you could do. If I again, like Shakespeare double Merlin ain't gonna get away with that. What grand support did Cad bring for the 2-on-2 fight? I brought my own Zerctoria, and it worked. Although I did not plot it out correct, so I had to be a little bit I had to be a little patient with it. Otherwise I would have killed Artoria. We can't have that. We don't do that here. Hey, Rayless, thank you for the sub, bud. Hope you're having a good one. How have you been? Just got to hand some washing out. Nice. Have you been able to partake in NA or JP? Also, chat, how many of you guys actually rolled for Kenshin? $5.2 million FP total. Eight Saber Lilies and 9 Heavy Cats. Interesting results. Saving for Takaru, nice. I got demolished with nothing to show for it. No. I've tried and didn't get Kenshin, but got Takeda in 3 singles, so can't complain. I don't think that many people rolled for Takeda, so in a weird way, those that have him will definitely feel like they're gonna get to cash in when he gets his buff. Sorry, not his buff, but like when the 5th pin comes into the game. I'm free to play, and Fox's rolls got me scared. Fox's rolls should not scare you if you're free to play. Because you're not going to ever approach Fox's numbers. And I'm not saying that to be insulting or anything like that. That's just like, yeah, like you have to have the capability to roll that much to get screwed that much. It is what it is. Like again, I've said this before, but those of us that have been around the block for years that have wailed in this game for a long time, it has happened to all of us at some point. And it sucks. Like, I'm not trying to make light of Fox's situation. It's terrible. I don't wish that on anyone. But, like, it's happened to all of us at some point. And to some of us, it's happened multiple times. It just is what it is. That's why FGO has such a bad reputation as a gacha game, is because of things like that happening. Whereas, like, nowadays with JP, and soon on NA, there we go, we leveled up again. Soon on NA, we will also have the change that prevents that sort of thing from happening. So, I know this is going to sound crazy, chat, but we will have pity on every copy instead of just the first copy of a unit on a given banner. So because of that, Fox's result is still possible, but shouldn't be nearly as bad. Because part of what makes Fox's so bad is that was 30, I think it's 3,300 with only 2 copies, right? I have heard of somebody going 3,500 for 1 copy. The issue with this is now we have pity. So pity means that first copy's capped at 900. Now JP has it, and NA soon will have it where pity for every copy. So that means the theoretical maximum is 4,500 quartz. And the odds of you going to pity 5 times in a row are almost nil. It just will not happen. So pity will stop the outlier roll from happening, where you, like, the roll that would have been like, oh man, this is going to take me like 1,500 quartz for this to show up, instead gets reduced to 900. It's not good, but it's better than the alternative. It's like, oh man, that actually does save you from getting taken to the cleaners quite a bit. So it puts that hard cap and resets the counter basically and says, let's go again. So that's why I said, like, since pity has been a thing, I really have not gotten taken to the cleaners. Unless you consider going to pity getting taken to the cleaners, which to a degree it is, but for old school whales, that's not even close. And that sounds crazy to say, but like, yeah, 900 quartz for one copy. Yeah, it gets a whole heck of a lot worse than that. So that's where it's like, we sound insane because we say stuff like that, but it's because we've experienced it so many times. It just is what it is. And that's also why, like, sometimes when I go into a roll session and I'm approaching pity, there are people in chat that are like, oh my god, CAD, no! Like, CAD, give up, CAD, stop, this is too much. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm close to pity, and frankly, like, this is not even remotely the worst thing that I've seen. Like, that's why it seems like I'm so stoic when I'm rolling sometimes, is I know the results aren't good, but there's nothing I can do about it. And it just is what it is. And I know that there is closure there. Unlike before the system changes, there was not. Unless they give it to us early, but I doubt they will. No, I was going to say, if they were going to give it to us early, they probably already would have, so I don't think they will now at this point. Or like 25,000 or 2,500 for no copies, yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Chat, I have had multiple roll sessions go over 3,000, and it sucks, and it's just not fun. But that's also why usually when I see someone complaining too, I empathize with them. I feel bad for them. But if they're taking this like, woe is me, this is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of gacha approach, I kind of laugh at them. Because, like, yes, it sucks. Yes, it's not good. Yes, you have a right to be upset. But don't act like you're unique. You're not. That is the problem. We have, unfortunately, a lot of us have been there. And I would go so far as to say that, like, if there ever was another gacha game from them, or they decided to like overhaul the gacha system and they wanted to do something like Genshin, well, I don't like the predatory nature of that style. I definitely can agree that if you're somebody that's already predisposed to spend money on a game, it is not bad. Like, it definitely will cut down on you getting absolutely destroyed like you can in FGO. And I think that's a good thing. I think having gacha as a genre evolve is good for everyone, because the scummy stuff gets turned out. It's kind of why we see there's this trend now of like some of the newer games are going away from character-based gachas and they're going more almost microtransactional, where they're like, okay, let's do a gacha, but let's only do it for like outfits and stuff. So it's like people can gacha for that, but they don't feel like they have to. And I think the reason that that's there is because I think they probably see the pattern. One, the gacha market's oversaturated, so they have to try to stand out and attract attention. And two, I think they also see that over time there's a whole lot of FOMO with character gacha, and it just aggravates people and makes them. Did I just like not do one of my buffs here? That is easily the most I've seen him live with. This must. It's either that or this is a really scuffed. Yeah, it's just a really scuffed tonal eco, I guess. That's odd. Weapon gotcha scummy. I do agree with that. Like, I think in general that like evolving out and away from the scummy stuff is what I will see gacha games do over the years. I think you will see them get better and better and better with what they require of their player base. What is ASMP level? I didn't see. Was it 5? Probably scoreless. It may have been one of the ones without Black Grail. Like, that is definitely possible. Yeah, I don't think the skills were too low. But it's also rare because that was an Ascension 3 Tonalico, and that I don't take very many of those. Most of them are Ascension 1 or Ascension 2. So it makes me think that I took someone irregular that I hadn't taken before. Which is possible. Okay. Bro, what? What is going on with these damage variances? Like, I feel like we were fine earlier in the stream, and now it's like started happening like crazy. Like, the whole first hour of me grinding was like, there was none of this. That was an MP4 as well. It's Pachi's, but I've used Pachi's tons. Pachi's does clean clear. Like, I don't get why this happened. Do that, see if that changes the variance. Huh? And I had the mighty chain effect, so he lived again. Better this time, at least. How, like, I don't understand this. I do not understand it. Like, she was alive with 600k, and a mighty chain carded her for 400k. But to be fair, even if it wasn't a Mighty Chain, I've still seen just 2 arts cards do that much as well. It's like there's some insane card damage application that makes them really card down Artoria. Do they have the right Cs? Yeah. Yeah, Pachi's is fine. I've verified before that Pachi's like 100% works and there's no issues. Is the Bond C maxed? What do you mean? I've never heard this song before. Chat, I now have a nice number of apples left. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I could have taken one of the other times and not realized it. There is a huge damage range in the NP, and that is partly what's going on. But see, like, that Mighty Chain with such low crit chances has no business, like, doing, like, 400k. There you go, he died. So if I see 1 defense down pop up, it's just Saber. If I see 2, it means Solomon lived. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, this is also a perfect one. The C that gives Bond, I mean the literal Bond C. Yeah, that... I'm not going to say, like, it wouldn't impact it, it would, but I don't think that's, like, the biggest factor. Okay. They should make extra attacks crit. I don't know about that. I feel like the only sense that I could make of that would be to make so like chat. So here's Pachi's again. Now Pachi does not have his entire class score maxed. He could do something about that that would help. But like I said, I have clean cleared with Pachi many times. So that was just a like freak abnormality result. And it's feels bad, man. Just the exact same scenario. Got the Mighty Chain, had it at 200%. Let's see how it does. Oh, he lived again. Interesting. Maybe I've been getting lucky with Pachis. I'm just gonna do that because that should auto kill. And if I feel like if I do the Buster down, she'll kill Artoria. Yeah. She might not have. Might have still lived. See, a lot of it just boils down to, like, how much did I leave Artoria with? Redux! Let's try it one more time. Surely the damage variance will be better this time. And I will get proven to not be an insane person who's imagining things. Having the bond CE for NP up. I mean, yeah, that could be a thing. It's just, again, there you go. Clean clear. The only difference is instead of the Mighty Chain bonus, I got the Buster down. And that may make enough of a difference, but it's like, I don't know about that, because like Artoria's number was still like in the same ballpark that it was before, so I think it really just is damage variance overall with the Noble Phantasms. Hold on, chat. Okay, chat. We're gonna go ahead and stream for tonight. We're gonna be rating Mr. Fox for us. You guys can go give him your condolences on his roll session. I'll be back probably Sunday, but we'll have to see. If I do, it'll be like some extracurricular, like D&D night stuff, but it just depends. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys for the next one. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Go give Fox my love, and have a good weekend, and good luck grinding.